Maypop restaurant on O'Keefe Avenue is set to reopen nearly 2 weeks after a partial building collapse right across the street.
Good news for those folks, and Parker Boyd is live now in the CBD with the latest.
Lauren, Rob, the doors at Maypop here set to open in less than an hour, nearly 2 weeks after that partial building collapse across the street. Now, earlier I spoke with the co-owner and a resident who lives on top of the restaurant. Both say they're blessed things didn't turn out worse.
We've been throwing a lot of curveballs.
Maypop co-owner Michael Galata says he's happy to reopen his O'Keefe Avenue business after having to close more than a week ago when the Louisiana Endowment for Humanities building partially collapsed across the street. Galata is thankful that didn't happen.
If it would have fallen, it would take weeks to clean that up.
The threat of the building collapsing pushed the New Orleans Fire Department to quickly evacuate the Maypop restaurant on the night of December 14th, in fears that the building would collapse.
It's a sort of a what's next feeling.
Galata says nothing was harder than having to close during the holidays.
And it's the busiest time of the year. It's really hard because when you shut down quickly like that, my staff can't go hurry up and go find other jobs.
Victor Sanaki lives in the Paramount Apartments right above Maypop. He and his neighbors were also forced to evacuate.
It's a little inconvenient, but what are you going to do? I think it's the right thing to keep everybody safe.
The New Orleans Office of Economic Development says workers have made progress to stabilize the LEH building, allowing contractors to reopen O'Keefe Avenue to pedestrian traffic. Authorities added a protective barrier around Maypop's block to protect passersby. But Galata thinks that could hurt his business.
A lot of people get Ubered here, so now the Uber can't drop them off near us. They have to drop them off a block away. That's a big issue.
It's appropriately covered and protected, so I think it should be fine.
LEH CEO Miranda Restovic says the building will remain closed as workers continue to assess and ensure the long-term integrity of their headquarters. Galata hopes his temporary closure doesn't impact the amount of business he'll get throughout the rest of the holiday season.
We just hope people still come over here. That's the tricky part, is now with this being, partially closed, will we see the business that we normally would? That's what's so hard to figure out, the loss that we're having.
Galata says he expects a fair crowd for his reopening this evening. The contractor inspecting the LEH building says repairs can be made and that the building's age could have played a part in the partial building collapse. But for now, reporting live in New Orleans, Parker Boyd, Fox 8, Local First.